All right, so it looks like I'm live. Like I'm guessing, I'm guessing I'm live. I am live, and I'm not sure who's going to be here because I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. I'm doing a surprise live video. Hey there, Vanessa. Welcome. So you are the first person here, and hopefully one of many. And you're liking the Masterpiece Theater, so you're watching that. So tonight, what I'm looking at is basically a lot of the stuff, a lot of different stuff. I'm going to be looking at the Vinegar Syndrome. They've updated their website. There's new stuff on there, and rather than do another like kind of deep dive video, hey, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we got somebody here. And I'm also going to be looking at a. I'm so out of it tonight. Why did I make this video? Can you hear me okay? Let's make sure of that. Sound test. We'll do that. Why is it not coming up on the screen? Hey there, Zach. Welcome, man. Now let me just see what's going on with the chat box because I'm not seeing it coming on the screen. And it should be. For some reason or another, my chat box is not showing up on the screen here. Oh, there it is. Now it is. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Shadow. Welcome, man. Did I see Vinegar Syndrome's February releases were changed? But no, I did not actually. Because I was actually going to be talking about the Vinegar Syndrome releases tonight. That's one of the things we're doing. So let's. Is it announced on their website? So let's check the website. So I don't see anything here on the website. Wait, I guess I got to let you guys see the website too. Plaid. So there's the Vinegar Syndrome website right now. Actually. Now, where did they announce the February changes at? Because I'm kind of curious about that. Looking very Canadian tonight. So what are you thinking? Where are the... Let me look that up on here. So I'm going to bring up my trusty iPad, and either it's on Twitter or it's on Facebook. And I'm going to guess it's Facebook. So let's find out if we have news on the Vinegar Syndrome changes here for February. The site is really good looking right now. I mean, like, there's some new stuff like on the website. I'm going to show you that in a minute, actually. Facebook group. Lee Jones said it's on the first group. Rush Week is pushed back, replaced with Hitcher in the Dark. So Hitcher in the Dark is not part of the slasher Forgotten Jolly set then. That's interesting. Okay. Forgotten Jolly set Volume 3 and a 90s slasher. So we're getting different stuff than we thought. Actually, better stuff. So for those that don't know, my birthday is March the 31st. Thank you, Shadow, because I had no idea. And because I'm going to be going through it tonight, I actually brought up the year. You know when Vinegar Syndrome did that whole year thing. So I went on, found it on Reddit. I'm going to go through all the months from, and I got this idea from my good friend, Master Chaos TV. If you're not watching, check his stuff out because it's really good, and I want to do a collaboration with him in the near future. It's hilarious. What's hilarious, and a video that I recommend you check out is when he got his Black Friday Vinegar Syndrome package. He got a lot, and his wife didn't know what he was getting or how much it cost, so he did the Vinegar Syndrome unboxing in front of her, revealing a title at a time and getting her reaction. So if you haven't checked that out, I recommend you check it out. It's really good. So what do you think about this? I mean, Rush Week is one that like some people were kind of excited about. Other people were kind of like tepid. Like on Rush Week said it was more of a tamer slasher. So Hitcher in the Dark is that Lenzi or is that I know it's an Italian director. Watch him make a liar out of me now. Do neighbors like Vinegar Syndrome? Yes, they do actually, Josephine, because a viewer on here actually sent me, by the name of Matthew, actually got me a gift card for a gift there just after Christmas. Yeah, it is Umberto Lenzi. And this year for my birthday, I'm getting my mom to get me a gift card, so from Vinegar Syndrome, so that I can save up to get the Halfway to Black Friday package this year. And I want to talk to you guys about that tonight. So that's kind of why we're making an extra video. There's still going to be the regular Thursday video. I got a theme for that, by the way, which I'm not going to mention until Thursday. So for those that don't know, this is one of the covers of Hitcher in the Dark, which is pretty cool. It's pretty this is very Italian-y. I would too, actually. I love Umberto Lenzi stuff, and this is his I'm guessing his 80s era stuff, which means it's going to be a bit sleazy. So I'm all about that. 89, yeah. Josie Bissett is in this one. Okay. I remember this movie. This came out the year I graduated from high school. So you can guess my age by that. Like if you can guess it by my massive beard or lack of hair. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I want to see if there's an alternate artwork here. No, it's not art. That's not art. Come on, give me artwork. Stop showing me scenes from the film. I just want to see some art. Nope, there is no alternate artwork that I can see. Hey there, Richard. Welcome. So what do you think, Richard, about the change? We just found out from Shadow that, I just found out from Shadow anyway, that Vinegar Syndrome have changed their February one. So we get a Umberto Lenzi film, a 90s slasher. Hey there, Dustin. And we also get the Forgotten Jelly Volume 3 box set. So more than likely, I'm going to add that. So true, Josephine. Ageless, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that may be added to like my potential birthday gift from my better half, because she asked me what I wanted this year, and I was originally going to get a PS5, but one, they're not around very much. Two, there's still no games, and three, there's still not enough hard drive space for the PlayStation 5. So I'm waiting on that. I'm probably going to wait till Christmas to get a bunch of games that can actually be on there, and by then I might be over in Morocco. Hey there, Elvin. So I'll need a PlayStation 5 for that region, for that area. And you don't want to worry about like wattage issues. Body Count is one I really want. That Body Count, for the guys that don't know, it's a Rigorio Deodato slasher, and it's actually really cool. If you've ever read like Justin Kershaw's slasher book that he put out, Body Count. When you see this cover of that book, that's the Body Count. That's from Body Count. You can watch my ranking videos on Patreon. Thanks. I'm also, just so you know, Dustin, I'm also going to be doing ranking videos for for like not just the labels, but I'm also doing ranking videos for like the sites as well. So Ronin Flicks, Diabolique DVD, like all the like even Amazon, like they're all going to get their ranks, and there's going to be some interesting ways to play with that as well. So hopefully you'll like that. For those, I'll have to go on here and kind of do it right from the hey there, Kubrick. Right from there. Like I wonder what the 90s slasher is. Does anybody have an idea what the 90s slasher is? Yeah, I've been having a blast with the ranking videos. They've been a lot of fun to do, the scorecards. And I thought it was an inventive idea. I'm not quite sure if people do those or not, but it was just it's just something I thought about, and it seemed perfect for the Patreon channel. I do have a Call to Cinema After Dark coming up as well, by the way. For those that are interested in those, I will be doing one of those on the Patreon channel as well. I'll be like looking at and reviewing a famous adult quadrilogy. Vanessa was the first person in here. I was so nervous. I mean, like, I was here, and there was like nobody here, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm making a video tonight. It's not my normal time to make a video. I just wanted to do something kind of fun and different tonight, so we can actually get into it. Speaking of which, let's get into that. So let's look at what's coming up for Vinegar Syndrome over the next year. And so I'm thinking, guys, tell me what you think, if you think this is a good idea. And not so much in Vinegar Syndrome, Josephine, but check out Severin, because they're putting a Grizzly and Day of the Animal, which are two really good ones, by William Girdler, which I recommend that you check out because they're excellent, especially Grizzly. I love Grizzly. It's like Jaws, but with a grizzly bear. And I'm not even joking. That's exactly what it is. So what I'm thinking of doing for my birthday this year, for as I'm saving right after my birthday, I'm saving up. I'm not going to buy anything from March until May, and I'll be saving any donation money that I get, any money that I get on like if I can get money enough on these videos here, like through my AdSense, and putting extra money out aside from that, and going for the half year thing for Vinegar Syndrome. So that means if I got does anybody here have the Vinegar Syndrome subscription? Thank you, Dustin. Or have you ever checked out the Vinegar Syndrome subscription in like the yearly or the half year one? Because I'm kind of curious. I want to know if anybody has it. Killer hippo. You say hippos, right? Okay. Or rhinos. I mean, like, Severin has more of that type of stuff than Vinegar Syndrome at this point. But if I do, I'll definitely let you know. I now started the donation link down below, which I want to put a thing up here. Why is my alert box not working? There we go. Apparently I got to go in and turn these damn things on every time. Oh, not full screen. What was that sound? That sound is when somebody gives a either a super chat or gives a donation with the thing down below. Then there's a noise that comes up on the screen. Actually, normally I didn't set it up right tonight. If I had set it up right, then a picture with a zombie would come up as well. Then I sense jump scare. So I mean, companies. Severin's best when it comes to that type of stuff, Josephine, because they tend to like really focus on that. They got like Deep Blood coming out too, which is a sharksploitation film from Joseph D'Amato, and that's going to be a big one for them. See, I didn't hear it on my side this time around. Normally I do. Why didn't I hear it? Have I got my sound turned down? I do. There we go. Now I'll hear it next time. I'll get scared too. Anyway, so you guys want to look at the stuff coming up for Vinegar Syndrome over the next year and help me decide if this is the way I want to go. So let's do this. All right, so this is the Vinegar Syndrome website, but let's go to the Reddit page that actually has the information on there. All right, so here we go. So you can see they already got the January package right here. Cthulhu Mansion, Satan's Blood, Dark Tower, Peakorama Double. February has been changed, so this was supposed to be Rush Week. That's being changed to Umberto Lenzi's Hitcher in the Dark. We're getting the Giallo box set and the one other V8 Vinegar Syndrome release, which is going to be a 90s slasher. So that's going to be interesting to check out. A Grizzly you got to check out, Josephine. It's a really good movie. So the zombie did come up and I just didn't see it. Damn, I missed the zombie. So March, we got Death Promise, an 80s slasher film and an 80s horror film. Obviously won't be able to get March because not right away because, you know, I'm saving then. April is going to be a homegrown horror box set, which I may have to buy in May actually. And I'm really excited about that one. Beyond Dream's Door and 2 other films, plus 2 other VS Vinegar Syndrome releases. 2 other films plus, okay, an 80s regional horror box set featuring Beyond Dream's Door and 2 other releases as well. So what we know from the, by the way, from the set that's coming out is we're going to get this one right here, Murder Mansion, with Evelyn Stewart in it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. That's coming in the Jelly box set coming next month, which I won't see till my birthday, because that's going to be a birthday present. So we're into March right now. I want to come back and see your... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because when I'm reading that stuff there, I can't see your comments on here. So let's open up my magic pad so that I'm still seeing your comments when I'm looking there at the website. So you guys ready for this? Oh, yeah, I guess I should do this. All right. So, yeah, please hit that like button. That is muchly appreciated. So, and for everybody that has, you guys are cool. So what you should be seeing on the screen right now is, of course, what's coming up. So in May, which is a big month, this is a big one. It's got a 4K UHD, 4 other mostly horror titles, including 2 halfway to Black Friday surprise titles. So surprise titles are usually kind of big titles. Happy New Year, Jamie. Welcome, man. Welcome back, dude. I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you've been okay. I've been actually going to reach out to you. I was going to email you today. Death Promise in March is super fun. So, Jamie, I'm thinking of getting the halfway to package when it comes out for Vinegar Syndrome. That means all the Vinegar Syndrome titles from May to November, if I got it correct. Hey there, Dave. Welcome, man. What would the signature dish at a Vinegar Syndrome restaurant be? That's actually a good... Something... I don't know. It would have to be something from... I don't know. From like us. I want to say something sleazy. Something different. That'd be something unique. Would it have that vinegar in it? Maybe it would. So we got like mostly horror titles there. June is a little bit leaner of a month. There's 3 Vinegar Syndrome titles here, and 1 Peakorama. I'm not really big on the Peakoramas. That doesn't really bother me as much. July is a big month though. So we have here a 3-film box set, and we don't know what that box set is. We have no idea what the box set is going to be in July. Now, there's been a lot of people like guessing on it. If it was me guessing right now, where they're not giving any information, also it doesn't look to be a Forgotten Jelly box set. Of course, you've already announced that they're doing the regional horror set. I'm a big fan of that. That's definitely going to go right next to my William Gruffy set and my American Horror Project sets. I'd say maybe it's that long hinted at Howling set with Howling 4, 5, and 6, or in 7, I think. So that I would dig. I would be all down for that. Yeah, that's just an ad on the side there. Dungeon. With that, I've never played World of Warcraft. I had friends that are really into it, but I've never played it. August, we got like 3 Vinegar Syndrome releases, including Devil's Story, and 2 others. So what the heck is Devil's Story? Hold on a second. Let's find out. So 1986. A zombie wearing a Nazi SS uniform terrorizes the French countryside. It's got a small... Let's check out the art. Oh, look at this! I gotta have this. You see, this is reason alone for Forgotten Jelly Pizza. Actually, that's kind of cool. This is reason alone to have that halfway to package. That's okay, man. Trust me. If anybody knows about bad eyesight, it's me. And 2 others. So in September, another big month, because September, October, November, they really hit on a lot of their horror and a lot of their kind of like really kind of big titles. So we get Shallow Grave, a 3-film Euro horror Jello box set. So this is not a Forgotten Jelly box set. It's a different one. It's supposed to be insane. I gotta love that. A Carnosaur box set. I think Carnosaur we won't get because like Scream Factory has all the rights to Roger Corman's work, so I'd say you're going to get Carnosaur as a triple feature down the road, or a box set from Scream Factory, because it is a Roger Corman one. Oh yeah, the slip for Devil's Story is going to be amazing. As is Shallow Grave. I wonder if Shallow Grave is actually going to be a VSA, because it has that VSA type of look and feel to it. So let's look at Shallow Grave. I want to show you this one because I do love the cover for Shallow Grave. It actually looks kind of dig it. Not that Shallow Grave. This Shallow Grave. So now I remember seeing this like so many times in my video store. This cover here for Shallow Grave, and it's different. I mean, like, I really like it. Passing through a small Georgia town on the way to Florida, 4 young college girls witness the local sheriff murder a woman. They try to escape before he murders them too. So that sounds kind of cool. Master Chaos TV kind of hit on it with, he said, this is this year's Blood Games, and I think he might be right. I think this might actually be this year's Blood Games, because Shallow Grave, definitely a cool looking little title. Something that I'm looking forward to checking out. I want to see, is there other artwork for this one? Oh man. No advertisements. So yeah, nothing on the list would be VSAs. Now, if I remember correctly, aren't the VSAs like, you don't get them in the package, but you get them like a 50% off coupon for those? So I'm really interested in that Euro Horror Giallo box set. So because that can be anything. So October is 4 releases. One of those 4 is going to be a UHD. I'm not sure if that's going to be a VSU or that's going to be something outside, or VSUs are just ones that aren't announced and they kind of surprise us with them. But either way, we're going to get a 4K UHD in October. So this is the first, I think, 4K UHD in October. And this could actually mean we're finally going to get a 4K UHD horror from Vinegar Syndrome. And I would definitely be down with that. November releases come in. You get 2 4Ks in November. That's the Black Friday month. And 3 other titles, including 2 Black Friday surprise titles. So I'm actually super stoked about that. So that's a lot of cool stuff, guys. So Jamie, have you ever, I know you're over there in Melbourne, but have you ever thought of like getting like the subscription, like the Vinegar Syndrome subscription thing? Like, that's what I'm saving for right now. But as you can see, it's a pretty stacked month. Pretty stacked year for Vinegar Syndrome. There's a lot of stuff, and obviously there can be changes throughout the year. Things can be taken out or put in or substituted. So when you get a subscription, you always got to roll the dice that you're going to like the titles that are coming out. But it's been fairly I did up the amount that I've spent in Vinegar Syndrome in 2020. And I could have had the yearly subscription for what I spent, but I didn't. So I'm going to try to be smart this year. Your goal is to have enough bank to get subscription next year. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to see, because I couldn't do the whole year subscription. It was just too expensive for me. Like a lot of you guys, obviously, money's kind of tight, right? So what I'm doing is I'm saving up now. I'm going to take all my birthday money, put it towards that. Any money that I get from the channel, any donations, any super chats, all that's going to be going towards that. So that when May comes, hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes okay, I'll be able to get the half year subscription, which brings me, I think, Shadow. Have you had the subscription? You know a lot about it. If you get the halfway ones in May, does that include, welcome back Kubrick, does that include the May, or does that start June? Because if it includes May, if you buy the halfway subscription and it includes May, then I'm just laughing on that. I'm set for the rest of the year. That's videos every month that I got to give you guys, which would be Vinegar Syndrome unboxings, reviews, and it helps because when some months are leaner, if I've already got something paid for and it's coming out every month, it starts with June. Damn it, because I know I'm going to want the May titles. So kind of peeved about that. solid $100 higher than the year before. It is actually. So I think last year it was around Canadian 500. I think it was around Canadian 500 last year. So that means it's going to be about 600 this year. Yikes. That's the tougher part. Because that means I got to do that and still find a way to pay for the May titles as well. I got to save up a lot of money. You can see a lot of videos on here, guys. Lots of videos. Hey there, Daz. So all my Crimson Cult members, you know exactly where my Crimson Cult Patreon money is going. It's going all towards trying to set up for the rest of the year. But if I do this correctly, this could be a really, really good way to work with the channel, so that we know that we've got content and some quality stuff. Well, I think it's quality stuff anyway for the rest of the year. In case I have we do have the lottery. I have not won it. I won $2 once. The most I've ever won on a lotto was it's one of those, you know, those things where you at a bar where you put it in and those bells and the cherries and stuff come up. So I was at my one of my aunts. Well, she was getting married anyway, and I'd never played those machines before. And I put in. That's why I got to save up. That's why I got to save up. So, but that's for the full year. And the good thing about May is you get a half year price. And I wish they had half year options and not just the full year option. And they should give you the choice when Black Friday comes up. Do a half year or year. Yeah, the most I ever won was like $200, and I won it at one of those machines in a bar, and I've never ever used them again. Because I'm not a gambler type guy. That's doesn't really do much for me. I know a lot of people that are they're into that stuff, and they do great. I used to work at a bar. My mom used to own a bar, so I did a bit of bartending, and not a lot, and I guess bouncing is what you call it. But people would come in, and they would they'd have their check, right? They would get their check, and they would come in and they'd get cash at the bar, and they'd ask for a straw, and then they would go to one of those machines, and they'd start pouring money into the machine, and they'd take the straw and put it on the thing and just let it go. So if you get a halfway package, you get a coupon for the yearly package, which is $70 off. That's not too bad. Actually, that's a pretty good coupon. What I always thought was fascinating, they'd go there, and most of them, they'd win fairly big, but they wouldn't stop. They'd go and go and go until pretty much they were cleaned out, or they just had enough left for, I guess, drinking money. And it always both fascinated and horrified me at the same time. So I guess that kind of was one of the things that might have scared me a bit off of off the whole gambling thing. Now, I didn't do much of that there because I wasn't there when my mom had the bar most of the time. I was in college at the time. I figured I won $200 once, so that's my luck. Better not press it again. I'm going to get all the. I want to get all the Fun City editions. They got some really good stuff. I like the first two that they got, and Jeremy's a very different one. It's more of a drama, but I still want it. I want to have it in my collection. I like Robbie Benson. Robbie Benson was one of those actors that was big when I was younger. Hey there, Ready. Welcome, man. We are talking about Vinegar Syndrome. Did you ever get the subscription, the yearly or the half year one? Because the only person I ever know so far that ever had it was Shadow. But you're in Canada, so I figured you might know Canadian prices. So yeah, I've had a lot of weird jobs over the years. But just to show you guys, give you guys an idea of what happened, what's new in the Vinegar Syndrome website. And that's not it. So if you go to up here and you go to releases, they now have a sub-labels and series here, and they have the sold out and out of print. So for those who are ever wondering what's sold out and what's out of print, so here we go. Action USA has already gone out of print. That's one I didn't expect to go out of print so fast. You've done halfway twice. That's what that's what I need, narcoleptic. I need to go halfway. LA Wars is gone. Rad, of course, that's been gone twice. Forgotten. You'll be able to get, like, if you haven't got Rad, don't worry. You'll be able to get Rad from Mill Creek with the Steelbook edition. That's going to be good. Exactly. Like Josephine, man, if you understood how many times I've had to restart, like, collections or stuff because I just didn't have enough money, or I had to move and I had to, like, pretty much sell off everything or just scrape by. There's a lot of, like, YouTubers that can grab everything, and that's fantastic. I'm not one of those YouTubers. And everybody collects at their own pace. Other people, some people are like saving for stuff. Other people, it's just kind of tight. I don't know what happened. Ryan Benson was really good, actually. He was one of those actors that I really liked. He had a really good kind of like pathos to him. Forgotten Jelly Volume 1 is gone, but they put out a standard edition of this one. Savage Dawn is gone. Vice Academy, Amityville Horror, but you can buy them on the Amityville Curse Collection. You can buy that one on its own. Savage Harbor, Evil Town, Fleshpot. That's actually a really good film, so we've missed it. These are the 5 films, 5 years. If you ever get a chance to get those are really good. Those are gone. Deadly Daphne's Revenge is gone. Mary, I don't know anything about that one. Fugitive Girls. Pickup is gone. Pickup is gone? Wow, I didn't know that. Blood Mania Point of Terror Special Edition is gone. All the Sins of Sodom. I'm very disappointed that I missed out on All the Sins of Sodom, actually. I really want that one. A Hellbent and Horror House on Highway 5. I would have been so upset if I wouldn't have got those because I'm a huge fan of both those films. Of course, the Peak Rambo title, Catch My Soul, The American Dreamer, Some Call It Loving, Crypt of Living Dead, House of the Living Dead. Pretty cool, fun one. I do have the Cutthroats DVD because I'm a John Hayes fan, and John Hayes directed this one. I don't have Sex World, A Murder on the Emerald Seas. I don't have. Well, I got it, but I got it on Blu-ray. Pretty Peaches Special Edition I don't have, but I did buy the trilogy afterwards. I'm going to be doing a video on that. Runaway Nightmares I got the DVD of. Lust for Freedom I actually managed to grab that one. I love the Amityville collection, actually. I really like it. It's one of the ones that and the Dr. Jekyll portfolio and Clockwork Blue I don't. So look at their archive list. Where did you pre-order from? Did you pre-order from Deep Discount? Because apparently earlier on this week, because my good friend Vanessa, I'm not sure if you're still here, because Vanessa wasn't sure how long she was going to be here, but she ordered from Deep Discount. My dad ordered from Deep Discount. A couple of my friends actually ordered from Deep Discount because they put like the Mill Creek sets on, the Hammer set, the Inner Sanctum Mystery set, the Rita Hayworth set for really cheap prices. Oh, Dick Kubik's definitely Vinegar Syndrome. Amazon canceled it? See, that's weird. Amazon's not usual canceling with that type of stuff. But Deep Discount, apparently they canceled a lot of people's titles. Let's see how much Rad is on Amazon right now. We'll go to Amazon. We'll go to Amazon CA first, then we'll go to Amazon.com. So here we go. I actually love the fact that I can... And it's probably not an Amazon.com CA, so let's try Amazon.com. We'll have the mono cover on it. No, it looks like they got a 4K one there for $35. What the hell? Currently unavailable. I wonder if that one there is actually the Mill Creek one with the wrong case put on here. says Vinegar Syndrome. Like, definitely not the way it's going to be. Have a great night there, Josephine. Thank you so much for coming in. I always enjoy you. Fleshpot, can't you still get Fleshpot? I mean, like, but just not with the slipcover. No, cancel. Cancel. What the heck? There we go. Just trying to figure out what's going on there. So, you're one of the fortunate ones who ordered. Oh man, I feel sorry, CR. They are still available individually. Do I have a favorite from the set? Yeah. Honestly, and hey there, Craig. I didn't see you come in, man. I do, but I got a few favorites. Fulci's new Gladiators with a 4K scan via Studio Canal. Will that have a... do you mind if I get a drink? I'll be right back. I'll put on the website for you. There, then you guys won't be hate me so much. When I come back, I'll tell you what my favorite of the Amityville ones are. I will be doing a video, actually, because I'm doing reviewed and ranked videos on every Tuesday, if you guys have noticed. Oh, by the way, I just taped yesterday an episode of Cobwebs Podcast with Daniel. So that I'll let you know when that guys comes up, by the way, because it should be a fun one. I guess I can tell you we're talking about 2 werewolf films, and I geek out a lot because I like that stuff. So I'm going to grab a Coke and I'll be right back. Oops, I better say, I mean Unknown Cola. Best Buy still has a Mill Creek right after $12.99. You might want to jump on that. All right, so let's look at those. We've got all releases. Let's get those Anvil titles for you right now. I really wanted to watch Spellcaster this week. I just wish he had although it has nothing to do with the movie, I wish he had like goody two shoes on it. Come on, Anvil titles. I know you're here. Here we go. So there's the 4 Anvil titles right there. There's the Anvil, The Evil Escapes, which was the TV movie one. But you know what? It's actually really freaking good. It's About Time. I actually really enjoyed that one. A New Generation. That might have been the weaker one, but it was still a decent one. Anvil Dollhouse I thought was insane. I actually like that one. So, for instance, this is The Evil Escapes, right up here right now. And you can see the cover. Actually a really good little title that I liked a lot. One of the good things about The Evil Escapes is it is actually done by the guy that actually made the Amityville, like he actually wrote Amityville Horror, that first Amityville horror film. So it's by Sander Stern, I think, right? Yeah. And there's a interview with Sander Stern. And I'll tell you right now, if you're just getting one of the titles and you're kind of interested in getting like maybe more of them down the road, and you just want to buy one at a time, Amityville Horror, Evil Escapes, although it's a TV movie, so you're not going to get your sleazy nudity type stuff in there, it is actually a solid film. And I did really enjoy it. Because you got like Patty Duke, Jane Wyatt, Frederick Leon, Leo Hancock, Brandy Gold, Zoe Trilling. For those that know who Zoe Treeling is, look her up because really cool. And Aaron Eisenberg, who you'll know when you see him because he was played a kid in a lot of movies back in the '80s. Because he was a kid. That's what he did. Hey, Dipper Radio, welcome, man. But it is such a good one. I mean, and it's a good one to start with. I'd say if you're going to start, all these are pretty good, pretty cool. Dollhouse is pretty insane. I love Dollhouse. It's got Zombie Dad in it, and who doesn't love Zombie Dad? But I'd say just start with Amityville, The Evil Escapes first. It's the first one in the series. They go more insane from there, which I do recommend. I love the insanity part of it. But it has a solid cast, good story, great extra feature with Sandra Stern. He does an incredible interview that is really interesting to check out because he doesn't just talk about this movie. He talks about his work on the original Amityville film as well and how that came about and the kind of the behind the scenes with this one and the work that he's done. So it's a really good interview. So it's an excellent start. Have I seen I love Valley of Dolls. It's About Time is your favorite? It's a good one. I'm trying to remember which is which. Is it About Time? That's the clock, right? Duh. Well, yeah, it's got to be clock. Is that the one where the guys it starts out with the nudity? Oh, it is, yeah. So this one's got a great cast. So we got Stephen Match in there. I always pronounce his name wrong, so I apologize. Sean Weatherly, Megan Ward. If you see Sean Weatherly and Megan Ward, you know there's going to be nudity, and there's going to be... So it starts out basically almost at the beginning of the film, nude scene, right away. The great Dick Miller's in this one. So what we know, Dead Pit, is Shadow let me know that they changed their February titles. We know that one of them is going to be Hitcher in the Dark. And we know that there's a 3 Giallo box set. The only one we know in the Giallo box set right now is Murder Mansion. We don't know the other two. And the third title is going to be a 90s slasher film. So Rush Week has been pushed to another part of the year. Yep, that's Dick Miller from Chopping. Well, Dick Miller from everything. Kubrick, he's in everything. Roger Corman's guy. All right. Enough of seeing text on the screen. But yeah, I reckon those two films. If you can grab both of them, I don't know if you grab two, get those two, and then get the next two next time, or maybe during the sale. Because the Amityville titles they're a solid one. I mean, I really pushed hard when they came out for people to grab the box set, and some people listened to me, and other people didn't. And then again, sometimes it's just a matter of having the right money at the right time too. I know that one. There's so many sets that are right there that I'm like, oh man, everybody's got this but me. Amityville, that's Evil Escapes. That's a cool. I like Dollhouse too. Dollhouse got some cool stuff. I don't remember A New Generation very well. I think that's one in the asylum, right? With the mirror. Pretty sure it is. Let's check that one out. Yeah, Terry Quinn's got a part in that one. David Naughton, Richard Roundtree, Lynn Shays in this one. So damn, I'm Ross Patridge from Stranger Things. What a cast. It's amazing set. The box set is, you can look on it on eBay and stuff like that now. It's probably going to be a bit pricey, but you can still buy the movies one at a time. It is, you're still going to get the films, and you can always wait for the sale and just grab the 4 of them. Then you get them for half price at least, right? Hey there, Sasha. Welcome, man. I would love Dr. Giggles to come out. I saw that in theater, actually. Amityville Dollhouse, this is one I thought was cool as well. Probably got the lesser known cast, actually, out of all of them. A lot of people don't like Amityville Dollhouse, but I get a kick out of it. And just look at these covers, too. In my opinion, I think these Amityville covers are really, really cool. Is there any movie Dick Miller's not in? I'm sure it's a couple. Adult films. Dick Miller then again, you never know. Maybe Dick Miller like secretly got into adult film as well, just like as a background extra or something like that. Actually, I don't mind the Silent Night, Deadly Night series. Part 3 is pretty bad. Like, out of all of them, Dead Pit, Part 3, it's the worst. That's the one that that I have the most fun with. I need to. Just so you know, Dead Pit, if this is who I'm thinking of, then I am subscribed to your podcast, by the way. So if you haven't checked out Dead Pit's podcast, make sure you do, because it's really cool. No, it was just the box itself. I was actually going to grab my... like, I can probably go grab the titles, if you want me to, for the Amityville set. Let's see if they're behind me, or I'm going to have to go down over the stairs. So if you guys can entertain yourself for 5 seconds, I'm going to go down over the stairs, grab the Amityville box set, come back up, try not to kill myself. If you hear like falling or any type of like stabbing noises like in the background, I don't know. It's been a good run. I'll be right back. I'm back. You guys stayed quiet the entire time I was gone? Okay, I was going to say. All right, okay, Kubik's got an interview with Dice Kit coming up. So make sure you guys check that out. And here's the thing. No. It's doing it again. Crying out loud. There we go. Always feel free to plug your stuff on here. That's encouraged, actually. So I can move this over here. I don't need to look at this right now. But this is the Amityville set that came out, the Amityville Curse Collection. And I'm going to say this. I've said this before. I stand by this. And yeah, I could have done that, couldn't I? Huh? Honestly, come on. The screen or this. So, you know, screen might be such a bad option after all. So this Amityville Curse Collection, I like this better than the Amityville original trilogy that was in the theater. I know. Thanks, Cinematech. It's the lighting, really it is. I've improved the lighting on here, and I think it's improved the picture tremendously. So I am trying to do it in this area right now when I'm doing a live video, because one, I've got a comfy chair. That's always cool. Two, because this is directly connected to the computer, I get better audio, and with the lighting here, I get a better picture. And you get to see the cool background with the cabinet. So when the set opens up like this, it has kind of a. If you ever watched Tales from the Dark Side, that it's gonna give you kind of a Tales from the Dark Side type of feel to it. From this here, just trust me. Once you open the Tales from the Dark Side, then look at the set, and you'll get what I'm saying. Actually, Sex World is probably one of the best adult films out there, in my opinion, anyway. Oh, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, such a good movie, Sasha. So it is, by the way, I'm gonna make sure I just right. It's a hard box, so it passes the knock test, as Crawford would say. It doesn't. Gaylord. Is Gaylord Star-Lord gay in comics? Okay. I didn't know. Since I have many members of my family that are in the LGBTQ plus community, I'm all for it. So there's a close-up look of the Amityville The Evil Escapes in 3D. Also drip with blood. The flies are in here. Craig. So you open it up, by the way, and there is alternate artwork on all these titles. So this one here, that's kind of like the DVD or and VHS artwork you'd see back in the day. I wish cartoon would start doing 4Ks. Man, when I'm looking at the Irishman, and they're saying we got Dolby Atmos sound and we got a 4K transfer done on Blu-ray, I get so angry. So next up is About Time. This is probably the sexiest of the films. So boom chicka wow wow. If you're, can I show the back? Yes, I can. Vinegar Syndrome is good like that. Like some companies, they'll put all the nudity on the back. I'm looking at you, Shameless Screen Entertainment, so you can't show the back. Now let's open it up because there is alternate artwork. I will take it to this so you can see that. Really cool artwork, by the way. And so if you want to say, like, hey, I want to watch a movie, I want to see Sean Weatherly nude within the first 5 minutes of the film, congratulations, you should own this one right here. Next up is A New Generation, which I am super surprised that no adult company has turned into like the obvious. Again, it gets its own artwork. Hey Jason, welcome, man. They do look good. They look great, Sasha. But if you've already got the elements, if you've already gotten the 4K elements, make them 4K, man. Make them 4K. Hey JS, welcome. I did get my Friday 13th replacement discs, and by the way, as much as I was like, I don't care, like, yes, the way the titles come out, yeah, it was pretty cool, man. So here's the alternate artwork for Dollhouse, Anvil Dollhouse. So they're 4 really good titles. Oh, Sexual definitely approved by me. Also has the film, also has Kay Parker in it. So she's always good. I'll be talking about that more on my Patreon channel because that's where I do my Call to Cinema After Dark stuff, which I got to do some more of soon, actually. But this is the box set right here. Anything on the bottom? Let's see. Actually, yes, there is. You can see it. There's this little dog skeleton on the bottom. Or is it a cat skeleton? I can't remember now from the film. I'm trying to remember. It's one of the two. So they do really go with their box sets. Hey there, Trini. Welcome, man. I gotta say, I do love their box sets. It's been a while since I've had a Coke, so... or I mean, a cola beverage. Could be anything. I need to get The Shining in 4K. I really love The Shining. It's one of my favorites. A Leprechaun box set. Minus Origins. Yes, Origins can go. There's very few films where I can say, you know what? I never want to see this film again. But I can honestly say, and I've watched Origins more than once because I had to do a video on it once. Yeah, and I will do a video on it again in the future because I have a series planned. So, yeah, I'm going to do a series on reboot films, kind of remakes. Crash, the cover for Crash, it's not 4K, but the cover for Crash is beautiful. It really, really is. It's gorgeous. Criterion did a gorgeous job at that. Amityville 2 is amazing. I love Amityville 2. It has that kind of, for the obvious reason, Ghoulies will be a good box set. But I think Ghoulies is going to go to Scream Factory. I really do. I just got a feeling. Tearing the Aisles. I love Tearing the Aisles. I saw that actually in theater. But Ghoulies will be fun. Well, here's the thing. Here's the issue. For those that haven't seen Leprechaun, hey there, Owen. Will I be getting Old by 4K? Not initially, but I do hope to get it. Because I do like the film. There's one. If you haven't seen Leprechaun Origins, I recommend that you miss it and you don't watch it. It is horrible. There's one important part of Leprechaun Origins that's missing, and that's the Leprechaun. There is no Leprechaun in Leprechaun Origins, or an origin. There's no origin either, or much of a film, or a plot line, or likable characters. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We get the Munchies. I would get Munchies. Munchies and Munchies too. There's two of those. Crash, Arrow, or Criterion? Arrow. It's 4K. There's going to be more to it. I know some people will go for the Criterion because it's Criterion and they're fancy. But the Arrow one, gotta say, looks kind of fancier. It's. I kind of dig it. I got the Canadian edition of the Leprechaun box set, the one that had Leprechaun Origins in it, because I was going to be reviewing them all. And I watched. Oh yeah, there's no See, for most of the Leprechaun films, except for the latest one that was done, because Warwick Davis is retired from making those films, it was Warwick Davis that played the Leprechaun. Now, supposedly, the guy that plays Hornswoggle in WWE played the Leprechaun, but you wouldn't know it because instead of leprechauns, they have this white, pale creature that eats flesh, and it's affected by light, and doesn't really care a lot about gold. So, yeah. You had a stream, damn it! I would have made one tonight. I would have came in, dude. Michael, have you ever seen Leprechaun Origins? Have you sat through that pain that is Leprechaun Origins? King of New York, Brian Sauer, so that's an amazing one. I do want to get that. I got the Blu-ray of King of New York, and I really dig that film. So that's an underrated film, damn it. And everybody should actually see it at least once. With a great cast. Everyone. All right. Okay, I'll be there next time. Stay away, Michael. Stay away. Wait a minute. You like pain, don't you? You like pain. If you're a masochist, Leprechaun Origins is the film for you. If you want to, after 78 minutes, look back and say, I could have been, I don't know, peeling off skin or just doing, hey there, Todd, welcome, man. Doing anything else. Leprechaun Origins is a painful movie. It is a painful, painful film. You don't make a Leprechaun movie and not put a leprechaun in it. It just doesn't make any sense. Can anybody here describe a leprechaun? Like, if I asked you right now to describe a leprechaun, what do you say? Like, anybody, shout it out right now or type it out, I guess. What do you think a leprechaun looks like? Probably 20, Michael, but yeah. See, if you said it's going to be like a short dude and like a green outfit, probably red hair, a shrunken guy that's after his pot of gold type of thing, then yeah. F Lucky Charms, right? Like an Irish drunk, really. No, not in Leprechaun Origins. So for those that have already seen it, they're going to know this. But no, it is a pallid white creature that eats flesh and has kind of like little claws and scurries around and is afraid of light. So if that's not what you think a leprechaun is going to look like, surprise! Leprechaun Origins is going to really surprise you. So let's do this. I got to do this. So I will share my pain. Come on. I'm getting a picture of it, just so you know. Not a good picture, but a picture anyway. This is the leprechaun. You can't see it very well, but honestly, you're probably better off. No, that's it. It looks horrible. It really does. If it was a if it was what you call it, if it was one of those like free, like royalty free films, I'd probably do like a watch on it on the channel with a bunch of guys. It does look like the monster from Descent. Like, it looks like a cheap version of the monster from Descent. That's exactly what it looks like. Thank you, Shadow. That's what I was trying to get. What's my favorite Leprechaun film? Well, the first one's pretty cool. I do like Leprechaun in Space. It's pretty cheesy, especially for the lines, I am no longer Mitten Hans. I am Mitten Spider. I love that. But I think part 2, there's just the weirdness about part 2 that I kind of like. So probably part 2. So yeah, you gotta drunken double bill. Children of the Corn. Ooh, there's a good one. Children of the Corn Origins and do them as a double feature. Yeah. Drink a lot. I got whiskey here. I got apple whiskey actually. So if I'm gonna watch Leprechaun again, it's got a green label on it. So I am drinking apple whiskey. So that's where I'm going there. I'll probably like tape it, like film it, put it on like my Patreon channel, something like that. There's an idea for a Patreon series. Sharing the pain. Watching some of the worst movies of all time. I'm in think mode tonight. Oh, you would think so. You would think Hero of the Corn Genesis is a worse sequel than Origins, but no. Now, it may be a worse sequel than Howling New Moon Rising, which is pretty bad, but I do enjoy it for what it is. Um, but yeah, Leprechaun Origins is pretty bad. There's the final which see as bad as the last one was. That's the one with the auditor, right? The one before it was worse, I think. We're talking about like bad films here now, because that's the one with like the found footage thing, right? Oh, Warlock, my condolences, man. Sorry to hear that. Have my thoughts go out to you and your family, and you need anything, you reach out to me, dude. Anvil Clown House. Is there an Anvil? That is like a title I didn't think anybody would ever touch. Because Clown House is such a yeah. Yeah, Revelation. It's just I got to meet. I went to a few conventions back in the day, and one of the first people I ever met at a convention was Doug Bradley, and he was really really nice. Now before I went, everybody was telling me, like a bunch of people were saying, be careful, Doug Bradley's really mean, and he's a germaphobe, and he won't touch your hand, and you got to make sure, all this kind of stuff. So I got there, and I nervously went up with prodding from my better half to go say hi to Doug Bradley, and say, can I get a picture? And I got a picture, and so we started chatting, and he came around the table, and he shook my hand, and he put his arm around me and stuff, and I got his picture taken with me. I'm like, those people were full of crap. So yeah, he was super nice. We talked about that film. I said, so how did you feel that they made a Hellraiser film without you? Like that, do you feel bad about not doing it? And he said, did you see the film or did you read the script? I'm like, yeah, good point. And he's like, yeah, I dodged a bullet. So really super friendly guy. And I gotta say, every time I passed by his area, he was like always coming by and saying, and you remember my name in that too. And there's a bunch of people there, so it was always kind of cool. So guy got a good memory for names, because I know I didn't stand out. I was just a guy at the convention. I chatted with him for a nice bit. Are you serious? And Amityville, oh my god. Yeah, those people, yeah, they must have been there must have been something. Like people always say, I always get a hey JS, welcome man. Have a good one. I get you at the end, right? Always have I've had bad experiences with this guy, and I'm always like, I kind of dug. I really liked Doug Bradley. I liked Tom Savini. They were super nice to me. So I don't get the if somebody, hey Rejects, welcome man. I've been watching your videos. They've been top notch, dude. You're getting like quite the Mondo collection. No, Doug Bradley didn't. Now, you know another person that didn't, and that was super nice. Edward James Olmos. I went to a convention, and I was talking to Robert England, and then I went over, and there was Edward James Olmos alone at his table, and like there was no one there, and I was like, what the hell? This guy's like a legend. Like aside from Battlestar Galactica, which of course a lot of people were there to see him from earlier. Like the movies that he made, like Stand and Deliver, Royal Miami Vice. He just is an incredible like powerhouse of an actor. So I had to go over and talk to him and get my picture taken with him. And he had a bunch of pictures there, and he expected me to grab the Battlestar Galactica picture because everybody that had come over earlier was grabbing the Adamo picture. But I wanted to let him know that I had really liked his acting. and that I was appreciative of the stuff that he did. So the picture that I took was him as a teacher from Stand and Deliver, because that's one of my favorite Edward James Olmos roles, and it's something that really stood out to me. Try not to get burpy, but damn, that's a good drink. It's been way too long since I've had a cola. Honestly, guys, I don't drink them very often now, and I do love the things. I love them too much, and if I want to keep it like fitting in my shirts, I can't do that. He's amazing because it's so cool, because he started off the other captain in Miami Vice, and like partway through the first season, the big shocker happens. He gets killed. This is not the first. That's not the last character. This is the main character that'll get killed off on Miami Vice either. Really good series. For those of you that are younger and you've never seen Miami Vice, it's like watching a movie every week. So if you buy the set, like, you're gonna get all these quality stuff with many fantastic actors. Coolest person. I would love to meet John Waters. I would kill to meet John Waters. 3 years, you have more willpower than me. See, I bought these for I bought a 4-pack for Christmas, right? And I'm finally kind of like cracking into it. Mio, my better half got some of those Mio drinks. She used to have some of those Mio drinks. She uses the kind of a nesty one now, which she puts in the water, right? You know what's bad for my teeth? I take medication. I'm epileptic, and I take like phenobarbital and Depakote, and so even though I brush like 4 times a day, still not really great for my teeth. Kane Hodder was really nice. He was really Kane Hodder's got he really does have this quiet cool to him. So if you've ever heard the term quiet cool, or you've seen the movie then it's just a phrase. But when you meet Kane Hodder, so he really has what you call this kind of quiet coolness to him, and it got a bit of danger, but not in a way that he'd get you. Well, hey, dude, I'm blaming it on being stuck inside. I'm gonna blame it on being stuck inside. And we have exercise equipment. I got a total gym facing me right there, and an elliptical, so I have no excuse. John Waters does amazing commentaries, but John Waters is amazing anyway. He's just one of those cool guys. UK comment, the original one in black. I actually need that. Yeah, but Kane Hodder does have this kind of coolness to him. Robert Englund, nice guy, like me, talks a lot, and super nice guy. Bruce Campbell, exactly what you imagine. He literally is. He's Bruce Campbell. You have to cuddle John Waters. John Waters might like that. So yeah. You know who was cuddly, kind of teddy bearish? Gunnar Hansen. I was scared to death of Gunnar Hansen when I was a kid. Because he was Leatherface. He was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He scared the hell out of me when I saw that. One of the first movies I ever saw. But he was so nice, and I gotta say, I miss him. He was such a nice person, and he was like a teddy bear, literally, like a teddy bear. Coolest person was Bruce Campbell. No questions are dumb. Don't worry about it. They're used to people being a little nervous, and some people. What I try to do. I would love to have met George Romero. He wrote a book which I still don't have, and I feel so bad too. Your next, that's cool. When I met Gunnar, it was just after he'd made Texas Chainsaw 3D. I guess that was the title, because he took a massacre, right? And he was actually really proud of his role. It was a small role in the film, but it was a pretty important role. And what happened was his role was made larger because Toby Hooper was supposed to be in Texas Chainsaw at the beginning as part of the one in the family, but he couldn't get there. So his lines and stuff got given to Gunner instead. George is one of those guys that we really, really wanted. Both me and my better half, who's not even really big into horror films, she loved George Romero. How was Tom Cruise? I would love to meet Tom Cruise. But George just seemed like a really nice guy. And he had those oversized glasses. So I'm guessing probably blonde with glasses like me. Because when I take these off, like, I can barely see. I'm like Mr. Magoo without the glasses on. Without the cool Mr. Magoo voice. And I'm not even going to try to do that voice. I can't do that one. Stayed behind doing autographs and photos until everyone was gone. He seems like that type of guy. People give him a lot of like hate because of his like, you know, the Scientology stuff and all that. Hey Flip, welcome man. There's a handsome devil behind me. How's it going? If I keep drinking this, Flip, I'm not going to be too handsome. So after this, you know what I got to do after I finish this video? Total gym. That's what I do after I finish this video. Let's do this. No, let's see if you're notification. Just get rid of this. Windows Defender came by my screen. If that's what you heard, that's time. I like Dice Case glasses actually, and I kind of thought that. I would just like, I like to have like the looks and the charisma that Tom Cruise has, because holy crap, man. For those that don't know, and most of you guys do, when I got out of school and went all throughout school, I studied acting. So that meant I did a lot of school stuff. I did a lot of like community stuff. Acted whenever I could. Did a bunch of like workshops and voice training and movement. And some dance stuff. So my career was going to be sorted out. I was going to go in acting. That was the thing. So my grandparents said, you know, let's get a backup for you first. You like to write, so why don't we get you in journalism? So one thing you should know, if you like to write, journalism probably not your best bet. It'll make you hate writing, at least for a few years, especially if you're a creative writer. Now, John Barrowman, I would love me. My better half wants to meet John Barrowman so bad. Now, that is the epitome of charming. So, if you guys don't know who John Barrowman is, he was in Doctor Who and Desperate Housewives. You ever see Desperate Housewives? He was in that for a bit as well. And give it a bit of run like Cruise. That. With my knee now, I would love that. Vanilla Sky is really good, actually. I don't get the hate for Vanilla Sky. I don't get the hate for Eyes Wide Shut either. I actually like that film. I love John Barrowman. Michael, come on. How can you not... Like, John Barrowman is one of those equal opportunity. If, like, everybody has a semi-crush on John Barrowman, because there's just too much charisma not to. It's just there. I would love to meet Ian McKellen. We were in London, and we're walking down. God, where was it? It's killing me. That area with the plays and stuff. You know. Anyway. And that night, it was there was a play going on, and it had Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in it. And we had no idea. We would have loved gotten tickets. But we're walking by, and we just look up at the marquee, and we see like their names, and we're like, Holy crap. He's alive. Otherwise, it's a romantic film. It actually is a romantic film. Probably, yeah, Western London. We went to where was it? Hard Rock. Was it Hard Rock Cafe? No, it wasn't Hard Rock Cafe. It was, God, I can't remember right now. Great. Anyway, they had really great spaghetti there. My better half will never eat spaghetti when when we eat out, because she said she ate spaghetti when she was in college. So she sees spaghetti now. She equates it to college food. So for her, she thinks of it as like, I might as well order Mr. Noodles in the restaurant as much as spaghetti. Do you know what was really cool? Was really nice. Is God, the guy that plays Spike on Buffy. James Marsters, right? So my better half, huge fan of Spike. Loved him on Buffy. Loved him in Torchwood. So we go to get like our picture taken with him, and she's like, she's pretty cool about it, but she fangirls out because Spike is there. The dude doesn't change. He looks the same, and she's like, can I get a hug? So he gives her a big hug, and then he turns around and he says, you're getting a hug too. And I get a big hug from James Marsters, a really sweet guy. Did not expect that. But one of the nicest guys I met. We're talking convention stuff. I feel like I'm name dropping. I hate that. But yeah, most of the guys I met have been really nice. Except for maybe Adam Baldwin. So yeah. He was different. And I like Firefly, so that was a bit of a bummer. Stanley that's the reason, Cinematech, that we ended up going to our very first convention in the first place. It was at Montreal Comic Con a few years back, and Stanley was coming. And my better half's sister lived in Montreal at the time. She lived in the Plateau area. So we thought we'd go to the convention, visit her sister. I'd get to meet her sister for the first time. And so it was really nice. Oh, but we got up there with Stan came in, and of course he wasn't in there very long. He was older, and the only thing we could think to say was thank you. We were pretty much just starstruck. It was Stanley. He created our childhood. Trisha, that must be nice. Do you know who looks really amazing in real life? Like, she looks great on camera too, but even better in real life. Charisma Carpenter. And so just amazing. So you see her in Buffy, or you see her in Angel, and she looks super gorgeous. And then you see her in real life, and you're like, yeah, camera not hiding anything. Actually, if anything, she looks even better. I would have liked to meet Michael Ironside. My good friend Brian, he interviewed him for, I think it was Pure Cinema Podcast. Because I know they've had a few big guys on Pure Cinema. If you guys don't listen to it, it's a really good podcast. It's him and Elric Kane. That's for the New Beverly. So you get people on there like Quentin Tarantino and Eli Roth. Wesley Snipes charged a lot of conventions, $280. There was a time when they didn't charge anything, but I get it. I mean, they're coming in there, and you don't have to pay. There's the thing. I get them like charging like amounts for pictures and signings and stuff like that. Because for some of them, I guess it is kind of taken away from time that they could be making films, and it's just really I don't know. I don't mind it. If I think they're worth it, I'll pay it. If I don't, I just won't. Sunny. Actually, I love Sunny so much when I was younger. Shannon Elizabeth and Kirsty Swanson. I'm so disappointed in Kirsty Swanson rejects. Have you ever seen her Twitter, man? It's pretty crazy. Shannon Elizabeth, I love. She looks better every day. Like insane. It is insane. She's like drank from the fountain of youth. If you got 13 Ghosts, the Blu-ray 13 Ghosts, like watch her interview on it. It's amazing to see just how amazing she still looks to this day. I paid a bit for Stan Lee. I think I paid $150, something like that for Stan Lee. And honestly, would not take it back. Not for a second. Because I think at the end of the day, the way it is, if this is someone that you really want to meet, and this is something like you put away, same as you want to buy a movie, you want to go to Japan, you want to do something. It's an event. You're going to meet somebody that you may not meet like otherwise. And if it's something that means that much to you, to like get a picture with them, get an autograph, talk with them for a few minutes. Starstruck moment was when she meet Tom Felton and two Vampire Diaries guys. Ian Somerhalder. Did she meet Ian Somerhalder? There's a cool actor, man. Ian Somerhalder, for those that know, he was in Lost, and he was in Smallville, playing a character by the name of Adam, which originally was supposed to have been Bruce Wayne, but they changed it because he couldn't get the rights to do it. But really good actor, and especially the girl. No, I was going to say the younger girls. No, girls like Ian Somerhalder. He's got that dark, like kind of like sexy. He's like the sexy type vampire type of look that he would have to him. He's not the star. He was like the bad guy on Vampire Diaries, like the kind of the good bad guy. I would be starstruck with Martin Scorsese. Now, my sister-in-law has met Scorsese a few times, actually, because he comes to the Marrakesh Film Festival. He's actually on the board. But I have not been that. The only person I was starstruck with, and I'm not quite sure why, but, well, yeah, I do, because it was a big part of my childhood. When I met Jeffrey Combs, I was kind of starstruck. I for once, me who can always talk and find something to say, was holding my Beyond Reanimator Arrow DVD, and my better half had to speak first because I was like, this is Herbert West. Really, I love Sylvester McCoy. Is an underrated Doctor Who man. He's awesome. And final scene, Survival, the final episode. I watch that so often. There's something called V-Wars. That sounds like something very different. But I have not seen it. I'm guessing that means Vampire Wars, right? Sylvester McCoy was a really good Doctor Who. He had a bit of the mystery to him. A bit of darkness. And hey, Rejects, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I did not bore you with this convention talk. Especially like his start, when they were still like really not writing for him, and he was a bit more comedic, kind of. It was okay, not so great. But when they put him with Ace, and he started on the whole like Cartmill project, the Cartmill master plan, it gets really good. I did. I liked the recent Doctor Who special, actually. I really liked it a lot. I'm a huge Doctor. I've been watching Doctor Who since the 70s, so I'm kind of what you call a Whovian. And there's people out there that'll tell you, don't say Whovian. It's an insult. Those people aren't real Doctor Who fans. Dungeon. See, this is how I tell Dungeon that you're not here for just my witty, charming personality, but you're only here for certain things. I would love to meet Corey Feldman. I have no idea what he's like. I have a feeling he'd be unique. Stephen King, I would love to meet. Me and Stephen King, we align on a lot of things. We are both like frustrated authors. Obviously, he's a bit more successful than I was, but both frustrated authors nonetheless. And we are politics aligned too, so King rocks that way. That's as close as you get to me talking politics on channel, because I don't do it. Just not fun. I think he's getting good. I think Chibnall's getting good. I wasn't sure at first, but this here special convinced me. I actually pretty far. I mean, if I lived in Ontario, I'd be closer to Maine, right? But I'm in Nova Scotia. When I was in Ontario, we used to drive over to Maine. But I'm a wee bit from there now. See, I can't get any accent. See, I can't even get a Newfoundland accent right. I haven't seen The Outsider. I really want to see it though. I hear good stuff about it, so don't spoil it for me, Craig. But I want to see it. I do. I still haven't seen all Under the Dome yet either, and some people like it, some people hate it. I got the first season, I like the second one, so I haven't watched it. I know there's 2 seasons. And I did read the book, so I'm kind of hoping Under the Dome kind of sticks in that direction. The way I see it, Michael, is in this season of, series, was it 12? Doctor Who, they finally did kind of the Cartmel plan, which is kind of what he's going for. My choice for the next Doctor, I have no idea. I really wanted this one to be Olivia Colman, because I'm a huge Olivia Colman fan. But she's way too big, I think, to play the Doctor right now. But then again, I always thought Peter Capaldi was too big to play the Doctor, and he did. So that kind of surprised me. I just wanted to be a good actor. And I want to come in with a new showrunner. Richard Ayoade was a heavy fave last time, though. I'm not quite sure how I feel about Richard. For those that don't know, IT Crowd. So if you've ever seen the IT Crowd, have you tried turning it on and off again? That's Richard Ayoade. He's got the strange hair, and he's a very quirky character, like a very quirky character actor. I wonder if they don't want him because he's quirky, and not realizing that there's going to be more to it than that when it comes to the Doctor. Capaldi is amazing. He is. Matt Smith was incredible too. Actually, there hasn't been a bad Doctor out of the new bunch. I think that Jodie Whittaker doesn't get enough time though. They're only given like 8 or 9 episodes a season, and that's not really enough to really kind of really flesh out the character of the Doctor. Luckily, this series they got to flesh out a bit more. And when the Master came in, I love the Master. It's my favorite villain. See, Ayoade to me could potentially be a dark horse, because that's the way that Sylvester McCoy. Michael mentioned Sylvester McCoy. He was the last Doctor of the older era Doctor Who. So Sylvester McCoy was known for his comedic roles, a lot of pantomime, a lot of slapstick and stuff like that. So when Sylvester McCoy kind of came in, you kind of felt it was going to be more comedic. That was what he was going to do. He was going to do a lot of his pratfalls and all that type of stuff. And initially he did, but he became kind of a darker side to it. So so Richard Ayoade could do that, could eventually do that. Because I think if he was going to do that, we'd break away from his quirkier stuff. I would love to meet Chris Sarandon. Never trust people when they say that people aren't friendly, Jason, because there's a ton of people online talking about how unfriendly Tom Savini is, And that dude was like one of the friendliest guys I ever met. So don't trust people online when they say that people aren't friendly. Sometimes it's just the interaction that they've had with them, or they get somebody on a bad day. We've all had our bad days. Idris Elba would be amazing, but he's way too big a star. Benedict Cumberbatch I could see as the master. If Stephen Moffat was still there, maybe. Or if Mark Gatiss had taken over. But Chibnall has a certain direction that is going in, and it's obvious that Chibnall has planned his stuff out. Like, seriously planned his stuff out. Oh, David Tennant's amazing. David Tennant will go down as the Tom Baker of the new Doctor Who. Like, as good as everybody else can be, like as amazing as the next Doctor can be, as incredible as Peter Capaldi's speeches are, for a lot of people, in the same way that when I was growing up, Tom Baker was a lot of people's Doctor. Like, didn't matter, like if you started watching with Colin or with Peter or Sylvester or any of those guys, Tom Baker, he was still the man. He was still kind of the guy. He epitomized what you would think about when you thought about Doctor Who, and when shows or anything or Simpsons would do like a kind of a Doctor Who like in the background or a cameo type of thing, it would always be Tom Baker with the scarf and the hat. It was iconic. It was a look. And David Tennant, he kind of got that. He has that type of, like, with the big trench coat and the sneakers. He just has that look and that quality to him that whether he's your favorite or not, he's kind of, if you ask somebody now, like, to talk about Doctor Who, and they don't watch it right now, they're probably going to think about David Tennant. I want pictures of the convention, Jason. That'd be awesome. And a full 6-part miniseries with Paul McGann returning as the Doctor. A lot of people would, actually. Paul McGann, what I think. Paul McGann's a favorite actor of mine because Withnail and I is one of my favorite movies. Which apparently, it's that's a controversial opinion because a lot of people didn't like Withnail and I thought they did. I thought it was pretty much like a liked movie all around. So, if anybody's seen Withnail and I and they like it or don't, let me know. I'd actually be kind of curious what your thoughts are. Because it's a film that would not exist if it wasn't for George Harrison, and an incredible movie. I watch it at least once or twice a year. And as an ex-burgeoning actor, Withnail and I is kind of one of the ones that you go to. Michael, you just gained cool points. So did Neuroleptic. Kubrick, you gotta rewatch Withnail and I. And How to Get Ahead in Advertising, because that's really funny as well. If you bought the Arrow set that came out, it would have this, like, you know when you see like you get those digibook sets? And I'm sure some of you guys got it. The Arrow set it literally is a book, and at the end of it, it's got Withnail and I and How to Get Ahead in Advertising. Yep, the failed actors basically going on kind of a road trip, drinking. I still say that Peep Show, the series Peep Show, I'm not sure you've seen Peep Show, but would not be the same and probably would not exist if Withnail and I wasn't a thing. Because when you watch Peep Show, you watch Withnail and I, you'll get some of the kind of the big. Yeah, Eccleston is finally coming back. So, future anniversaries episode, he could probably be in it. The War Doctor was only created because Eccleston wouldn't come back. It's not overacted. If you think it's overacted, you're not getting it, because that's what he is. He's an actor. And I actually know people like that in life, in real life. I at a time I was probably people like that. Cinematech, you like Peep Show? That right from the first episode. Olivia Colman, by the way, is in Peep Show. Probably that's where I got my Olivia Colman crush. Yeah, that or one of the Mitchell and Webb shows. You need to rewatch Withnail and I, and you'd give it a chance. Maybe have a drink or two when you watch it, something like that. Or if you don't drink, then just have some tea. Have some tea. It is a cool film, and it has like this sort of like quality to it that I really can't describe. You just got to see it. It's something that it's an experience film. And I think it has to hit you. It's something that has to resonate with you. I was going to be an actor. I wrote films. I had college experiences. So Withnail and I kind of resonates with me. Bought a coffee and get real wired. There you go. And there's nothing wrong with not drinking, dude. That's good on you, man. Who took holiday by mistake? I love the creepy guy in Withnail and I. The pervy one. You know, what's it? His uncle or something like that? That dude's hilarious. The girl from Freaks and Geeks passed away today, actually. Oh, she was like really young. Was it Julia Campbell? Is that her name? That really, that surprised the heck out of me. Yeah, the uncle, I knew, yeah, he was so cool. No, not Julia Campbell. What's her name then? She was in Freaks and Geeks. She was like the Jessica Campbell. There it was. That's her from Freaks and Geeks. That might be Election, actually. Because she was in the movie Election, too, with Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, I heard Julie Strain was a hard one. But everybody knows this anyway. My grandmother died in December from dementia. And Julie Strain struggled with that. In the final years of her life, she struggled with dementia. So, as sad it is, to know that Julie Strain is gone, and it is amazingly sad. That is one thing that I would not wish on anybody, because it is hellish, both on the people that are around them and them, because I've had those experiences. Have you ever had a time just for a second when you just blanked on something that you should know, and you get like a panic moment, like you forget your PIN number, or you're going somewhere and you just forget for a second, and you got this moment of panic. What the hell? I should know this. I should know this. I should know this. Imagine that all the time. Yeah, that's a lot for effects of horse riding accident injury on the brain. That's what happens. Her partner actually used to talk about it a lot on the Facebook page. You would let people know how she was doing. Hey, mid-level, welcome, man. We are talking sadness right now, actually. Jessica Campbell and Julie Strain died recently, so not a. Kind of sad. Which one was she in the show with Jessica Campbell? She was like kind of the geeky best friend of the one of the main character, if I remember correctly. Like the redhead, the straight red hair. I think so. I think that was the one that she played. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've seen Freaks and Geeks. I got to rewatch that. It's a good show. Only lasted a season. Should have lasted longer. Amityville's been on top of his game, man. There's a lot of really good videos out. You guys, this is what kills me. I got Michael's stuff. I got mid-level. I got a bunch of you guys here making videos, and I got to try to keep up and still make videos, and it's so hard. I get like this guilt feeling when I get behind on people's videos. Who did she play? Millie was the geeky one, right? She was Amy. Okay, she was Amy. So she was kind of, wouldn't that make her sort of the, I'm not going to say love interest, but sort of, right? You're going to see when my cat's like kind of photobomb. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Hello. 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 He's totally ignoring me. He's getting in his spot. See, that's all I spent since I've seen Freaks and Geeks, which I should watch again because I really like that show. And it's got Joel from Mystery Science Theater, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So that should tell you a lot about me. I love Mystery Science Theater. Like Rejects was here earlier. I watched his. I'm Master Chaos to try to keep with his stuff. Just so many of you guys. I got to see your latest. Michael recently did another video for Screen Rant, which you guys should check out. You want to tell them about your Screen Rant video? Because you should be promoting this stuff, man. Like, come on another channel and say, hey, by the way, and just in case you didn't know, if you haven't checked it out, if you haven't seen my Twitter, I recently dropped the Screen Rant video. I actually did like the reboot. It was fun. People are usually like a Joel guy or a Mike guy. And now I guess you got this third guy to put in there, like the guy from Nerdist. Still good to promote, man. You know, I watched the Donald Glover one. I did not know that was you. So the Mads, which Mads? Like as in, like Dr. Forrester and TV's Frank? Train's a really good movie. Because those are my Mads. Those are the Mads that I know, that I like the most. Like Pearl is okay, and like Patton Oswalt, and of course. But I love like TV's Frank, and I gotta rate that. I don't think I got your music channel yet, so let me check that out. Now keep plugging your stuff, guys. That's here for guys that are in here and like don't speak, or guys that are in here and are just watching and I'm wondering what the hell I'm doing. What's this crazy stream of consciousness that they just came into, and it makes no sense. And if you're watching this, thank God that the picture why is it not on the screen again now? I was about to say thank God that the let me look down here, that the chat box is on the screen, but I realized for some freaking reason the chat box went off the screen for a second. Wait a minute, you see the chat box on your side? I want to see right now, did the chat box disappear from this video? Because for some people, if they're watching this video and the chat box is not here, they're going to be like, What's this crazy guy doing talking to himself? I'm not seeing the chat box here. Somebody speak. You guys got to let me know when these things happen. It should always be on screen. It's still here. Okay. So it's just me not seeing it. I am trying to use through OBS. Michael, I'm still working on it, man. Siri, I don't understand. I am Chinese Robius Mika. I'm still working on it now, but I could search the web for it. Yeah, I had to do that today too. I had to turn it off and on again to get it to come in. Maybe what I gotta do is I just gotta like move it up a bit. Like my alert box came on, got a super chat, and like the zombie came up. I didn't see it, man. It's not on the screen like the last couple videos. What the heck? So let us go into the chat box. I'm still here. Cancel. This is peeving me off. All right. Now say something. Nothing showed up. That is. You want to see me get angry? This is me getting angry because I'm not seeing it show up here. So let's do this. So do. There we go. We are back on the screen. For those that have been watching and wondered if I was possessed or maybe talking to myself, no. I actually made the chat a bit bigger. So if you guys don't like that, I can make it a bit smaller next time. But for now, since it's on the screen, that's okay. We're good with that. So I can distract you when I go to drink my cola, which will remain unnamed because, you know, ads and stuff. I should add an opaque background. How do I do that? I will look into that. I have to have some type of background. Right now, but I know you mean on the chat box. I use the box theme. Is there a box theme? See, I don't look too much into the themes because I worry that's going to mess me up. Hey, Trash, welcome, man. Double click. This is fun. Theme. Tis only giving me chunky for some reason. Or do I have to go into something else? So visual settings. So when I check theme, am I checking like source or should have a cartoon me? That actually might be too bad. Streamlabs OBS is what I use too. I use the free version. You watched Fight Club for the first time? Oh, first time 20 years. I was going to say. Good movie. Really good movie. Use custom frame, visual settings, font settings, chatter, source. Oh, cool. So much stuff that I don't know about. Let's put this ad. There we go. I can ship this out. The chat is running up my shirt. I know it's kind of sexy. So under visual settings, let me check that out right now. So under visual settings, for some reason, when I go to select theme, Eyes is only getting chunky as my option for a theme. Then again, it could be along the way of like you've got a paid version of Streamlabs and I don't, so that could be it as well. Because like chunky is my only option. So I'm guessing your Streamlabs is probably more impressive than mine. Or there's a widget or something that I haven't downloaded that I got to download. It's probably that I haven't downloaded the stuff that I'm supposed to download. Because you can download all kinds of cool stuff on here. And I have not downloaded any of that. And why do I have an accent that is not mine? That's the thing. That's the thing that I do. Every once in a while, accents, they show up. Not good ones, but I don't know why. Did you have a crack? Is that what you had? Did you have a crack for Streamlabs? They live in... Oh, nice. Ultraman Tarot. I actually watched a bit of Ultraman Tarot last night. I'm going to be reviewing Ultraman Tarot this week sometime, hopefully. I won't, because I've gotten through the first disc, and I don't know if I get through all of it before I review it, but I've gotten through enough of it that I think I can like legitimately kind of review Ultraman Tarot at this point. Is this your first Ultraman? I got to ask you that, Trash. It's not your first Ultraman, right? So I know it happens, man. 'Cause America. Cause America. Well, howdy, partner. Anyway, I can't do accents, and I was an actor. There you go. Maybe that's why I decided not to do acting, because the accent thing. Actually, I used to be able to do accents really well. It's just acting like anything else, like riding a bike. Well, maybe not like riding a bike. You can kind of get on the bike, you start riding again. Acting like skateboarding is a is a skill and it's a craft that you got to hone and you got to keep doing it. Dude, I love the Shaw Brothers, man. You got to get into the right Ultraman. Which one did you watch, mid-level? See, I love Taro, but it's not. It's wouldn't be your first. Don't go in with Taro, because by the time Taro comes around, they're like trying to gain like the kids' audience like a lot more. So it's more like super more friendly oriented. But Ultra 7 are really good. You're in the points. So you're not just behind the camera, Michael. You're doing the in front of the camera stuff. Michael makes films, by the way, guys. So if you have not checked that out, just check that out. I always feel like if I try to do an accent on here now, that's the thing. It would just sound offensive to somebody somewhere, even my own accent. My better half can do a better Newfoundland accent than I can. Orb, man. Mid-level start with Orb. Orb is really good. Although I like Guide. But Orb is like I always start with Orb if you're going for a modern one. I always start with Ultra 7 if you're going for like the regular series. Yeah, I always get to this day. Now you guys can tell like I've got a Canadian accent. At least I think I do. But on the areas that I live in, like in Newfoundland, it's not my accent's not prevalent for that area. So whenever I'm there, even though I was born and raised, primarily in Newfoundland, there's always somebody that comes up to me and says, "So, where are you from? Or are you new here? Or how long have you been in Newfoundland?" Like years, man. Like years. Now I'm in Nova Scotia here now, and I'm still catching up on some of the slang terms here. So I'm not good with slang. I was not good with my own slang either. When I say out and about, I don't say a boot. Why do people always think that Canadian people say that? Very rarely does any Canadian person say a boot. We do about. Like my accent, I do have an accent that drops like a lot. Trust me, you'll know when it comes on. But those are rarely the words to look for. But there are words. Or when I'm talking extremely fast and I'll let something slip. But where I'm from, you get a lot of like yes by or a by or that type of stuff. Now putting an H where an H doesn't go, yeah. When am I getting I'm still working on. Since I don't write, Can you put subtitles on here too? Can OBS have subtitles? Because if that's the case, then I'm gonna be working on that. I'm gonna be subtitling this stuff. Hey, Joe Stradamus, welcome, man. I'm Canada. I love that. I love South Park. I actually love their Canada thing. Some people got upset about that. What's up, eh? I can't do it, man. I hate that. I'm a proud Canadian. I'm proud to be from Canada. Like, I just wish I could get the accent down better. Does that sound weird? Like, I have a Canadian accent, but I wish I'd sounded like I was from a specific area in Canada, as opposed to, oh, you're general Canadian. I get so jealous of some of the people that live in Newfoundland, and I can't understand what they're saying because they're from an area like, we'll call it, there's like different areas. So there's like the towny area, and like, and that's, people from like the city type, and there's the Bay Area, and that's people like from, like, as they would say it, kind of out around the Bay type of thing. I love Strange Brew. It's a great movie. Bob Doug McKenzie. Created because, by the way, the American station said to them, "Do you think you can put a couple of minutes on like more?" Where's a Canadian station? What station said, "Can I put some Canadian content in there? Like, put some real Canadian content." Probably Canadian station, actually, because they do that type of stuff. Dude, we do. It's futuristic. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll just put on toques and like fried back bacon and stuff like that, and drink beers." So yeah, that's how they created the McKenzie brothers, and they took off. Which when I said took off, there's my Canadian accent coming in, because instead of off, I said half. So dropping an H in there, man. See, watch for that. That's those ways to tell you've found a secret Canadian. Howdy, man. It's a giveaway, James. Love corner gas. The girl that runs the diner. But Corner Gas has gone to an animated series now. Much like they did for at least one season of Trailer Park Boys, which is shot here in glorious Nova Scotia. So if you've ever watched Trailer Park Boys, then that is filmed in this province. Oh, you need poutine. I had poutine tonight, actually. I had Dairy Queen, so I had a cheeseburger, poutine, and a strawberry sundae. Because I was just feeling like Dairy Queen. And I was gone. We went out to Dollarama because I love comics, and I wanted to get some of the latest graphic novels that had come out, because Dollarama has been dropping graphic novels there, and I do save up my pennies to try and get them when I can. And I grabbed 4, actually. Oh, poutine is amazing. It is a life-changing thing. I only got Savage Streets, the DVD from Arrow that came out years back with with the big poster on it. I'll show that sometime, actually, my level. Maybe I'll show it now. You know what? I haven't had a Moosehead beer in years. I know you're referencing My Bloody Valentine, which was also shot around like 10 minutes from where I'm at right now. It was shot in Sydney Mines, which kind of played the part of Valentine's Bluff. But yes, Savage Streets, done by the late Danny Steinman, who did Friday the 13th Part 5, the sleaziest and one of my favorite Friday the 13th. But you want to see a cool post for Savage Streets? Unfortunately, the mother from Corner Gas did pass away. She was a really good actress. Because I got to get up because I'm super hyper. I'm going to get you Savage Streets. I'll be right back. When Arrow Video started as a company, Yes, master. They initially did a lot of like really cult titles and had a very unique way of doing them. So this here is the cover to Savage Streets. So soak in this glory. So inside came the poster. For Savage Streets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And if you were wondering like about collecting Arrow video and you're wondering what was out there, on the back. No, Alan, actually in real life I'm like this all the time. It's stars Linda Blair, and as a young and very important appearance by Linnea Quigley, a very different role than what she normally does. She plays the sister in this. This also included a I can't show the back because the booklet has Linda Blair in the buff, but there. And there is alternate artwork, so I will show you that. And that's the artwork that you're used to. So when I go to conventions, and I know that somebody from the Arrow releases are going to be there, I do tend to try to take the Arrow editions that have posters in them. My Beyond Reanimator is signed all up by Jeffrey Combs. Because he was a signing maniac, and he did that for free. So there you go. You have the Blu-ray, which is a better edition, but I still have that poster. Well, you got to get Savage Streets. Oh no, just really hyper. That's kind of the one where Lenny Quigley is more innocent than Linda Blair. Yes, that is true. That is correct. So I told you it was a very different Lenny Quigley role. It was different than what she normally does. And if you ever hear this behind the scenes, like Danny Steinman, like no word, he was like a super sleazy director. They talk about how he filmed because for those that don't know, there's an assault scene, a sexual assault scene, in Savage Streets. It's kind of what kind of starts the whole thing going, where Linda Blair goes out to get revenge. I'll check it out, man. I want to see that. I want to see that review. So Danny Steinman, did you check the features? Was like filming the scene, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I can't even say what Danny Steinman said, but let's just say a lot of stuff. Not Danny Steinman would not be director. I don't think that would be working in today's like culture. He would not get over well. Ever watch? But you know what? I can picture the VHS case of Biohazard, but I can't remember the film. That's Vernon, right? Howard Vernon. Well, I'm just hoping that we get more. The Code Red does more deals with people like Kino and stuff like that, so we can get Ronan, so we can get more of their stuff out there. It's pretty crazy. It is, yeah. So, guys, if you've got Savage Streets, please check out the interviews on Savage Streets. They're really, really good, and you hear a lot of stuff. Even without it, and I'm definitely fine with the culture right now. But I lived through the '80s, so I've been through it all. But He was a bit of a harsh guy. He was a character. How's my cat? He's pretty chillin'. I think he's posing. The one behind me is Hubert, so you don't get to see him in the videos a lot. Actually, it's usually like my skinnier cat, Bruno, or sometimes Scaredy, because he was told to. What is Peter Cushing about? He didn't like that scene. Peter Cushing really hated that scene. Frankenstein must be destroyed, but it was put in there at the producers. That was put in like later. Uh, he didn't like doing that scene, and he had some issues with corruption as well. It kind of didn't fit the rest of the film, but I get they were putting it in there for like exploitation purposes. I do love the way that you phrase that though. It's almost like a Jallo like title. Like, why did Peter Cushing violate the woman? That see, look, it's like a Jallo title. You know, the killer reserved 9 seats. Your voice is a strange, is a locked room, and only I have the key. Why did Peter Cushing violate the woman? I just love that. That is so cool. Thank you, Ragman. That kind of made my night. Jallo titles, like secret hidden Jallo titles. I'm super stoked, by the way. For those that came in late, Vinegar Syndrome like redid their February thing. You're still getting the Jallo like box set, but instead of Rush Week, which is an okay slasher, you're getting Hitcher in the Dark. So hells yeah, I am all about that. If you're here and you've been here for a while and you have not hit that like button, hit the like button. It helps. It helps the channel. Are you repronouncing for me, Alan? That's okay. You know I gotta say, maybe I'm just keeping you on your toes, but I'm not, because I pronunciation sometimes with certain words, yeah, names, I'll get them wrong. I'll do that. Hitcher in the Dark, Jason, is Umberto Lenzi, so you're going to like that. Because I know you're a fan of Franco and you're a fan of that type of stuff. So, Umberto Lenzi, man, it's Umberto Lenzi. 1989 Umberto Lenzi, too. Josie Bissett is in it. So, not sure if you're a Melrose Place fan or not, or if you know, because you're going to kind of know who she is if you are. Just, short, blonde hair, really cute. So if you said, I want to see Josie Bissett in a sleazy Umberto Lenzi film, congratulations, you are about to be treated. Yeah, Lenzi, man, it's been a great time for Lenzi, hasn't it? I mean, we had the box set, the Carol Baker Lenzi box set, one of the best box sets that came out last year. Over there, right? Love the set. Fade to Black. Love Fade to Black. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you didn't go and think it was a slasher film, because it's not. It's a very different film. It's a definitely more serious film, maybe a bit more somber, a bit more of a character piece. Are you guys circling around each other? Is that what this is? Is this like a kitty face off? My cats are over there. So yeah, and just to sell you on it more, just because I'm here, still, and I'm doing one of my longer videos, and I'm doing a video tomorrow too. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Here's the cover for Hitcher in the Dark, the original cover. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the third season of Cobra Kai yet, actually. And how can you tell it's a later Lindsay film? Well, here's the description of the film. Sick young man drives around in his daddy's camper looking for lone stray females to kidnap, torture, rape, and murder. So yeah, it's a typical Italian film. It does make you think of the For Your Eyes Only poster. Ah, good catch. Sometimes I like to look here and see if they have like the parental guide. They don't. I think that I may ask for that, Jason, from my better half as part of my birthday gift. My birthday's in March 31st, end of March. Just letting you guys all know my birthday's in March. Just putting that out there. Just putting it on the table in January. So you know. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably going to ask her for the February package. Because I got to have my Jello, man. I got like the first two sets. They're over there. Forgot Jelly Volume 1, forgot Jelly Volume 2. You can't see them because of the glare so much. But I love those sets. I got to watch the features on some. I haven't seen all the features on the second volume. Like I watched through a bit of them, but I haven't watched through all of it. Oh, for those that saw my review and rank, every Tuesday I do review and rank series where I review some stuff and I rank it. I made a mistake in my review and rank on this Tuesday's video because I was tired. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I shot that video at 4 a.m., just so you know. But number 6 and number 4 were mixed up. So the number 6 place, and I like them all, so you know it doesn't really matter a lot, was supposed to be, what was it again? It wasn't French Sex and Murders, it was, I don't even remember it. Anyway, so number 4 was supposed to be My Dear Killer, and number 6 was, anyway, I gave them different ratings. I put it in the description box down below if you've seen the video. But the February package looks really, really good. So we got an Umberto Lenzi title, like Hitcher in the Dark. We got the Giallo box set and a 90s slasher film. So that could be anything. Could be some wackadoodle crazy slasher film that I haven't seen. But it's a slasher film, so I've probably seen it. So when you can come across and find a slasher movie that I haven't seen, it's a super, super great day for me. It's like a glorious thing. Because I've seen a lot. I like slasher. Anyway, guys, this video has been epically long. I did not plan this, but I appreciate anybody that's actually kind of stayed with me for this length of time. Thank you, Jason. I actually really like doing the review rank series, though there's going to be more of those coming up. The Amityville series, by the way, Amityville Curse Collection, is going to get a review and ranked video, so look forward to that. I hope you guys like that one. Mondays, just so if you don't know it and you're here, my schedule is Monday. I do my website deep dive where I look at to a website. Check that out. Some of you guys aren't watching that video. It's making me sad. Check it out. I put a lot of work into the website video. Tuesday, I put up a review and rank video. So that's what you get on Tuesday. And sometimes I'll drop in an extra review or two in there. I got to work tomorrow. I'm like, Wednesday is kind of like, that's you never know what you're going to get on a Wednesday. It could be a review. It could be a live video. I leave Wednesday as that mystery day. So Wednesday is my mystery day. Thursday is my live video. So even though I've done a 2.5 hour live video today, I'll be doing one on Thursday. That's when I do my regular live video. Friday, I tape my Patreon stuff, which gets dropped out over the weekend. Saturday, I do my second live video of the week. And Sunday, on the Sabbath, I like to say I rest. But I don't. I actually tape more stuff. Thank you, Mid-Level Man. So, thank you, everybody, for joining me here tonight. Whether you're a member of the Call of Cinema or you're a member of the Crimson Call, you're a super chatter, you're a donator, you're here watching this video, and you're coming in and you're a subscriber and a liker, or this is your first time and maybe you're going to come back again. And because I talked for a while with no text on the screen and I sound like I was possessed, like I needed an exorcist. I am Aaron. You are the Cult of Cinema, and you guys rock. So I will see you here soon. But as Kubrick said, he was right, man. It is Jamie, you were quiet tonight. I'm going to email you later on. I'll email you tomorrow. I want to catch up with you a bit, see how you're doing. Oh, and also, Jamie, don't forget, I want to have you on the channel sometime in the near future. So we got to get our schedules worked out. We'll work that out. It's time for tea. Have a great night, guys.